Hello everyone, and welcome to my bar. My name is Ansel Birch, the Indecisionist, and I will be your Dungeon Barkeep today. Now, I am no expert mixologist, but like anyone tending bar in a cave, I have an adventurous spirit and a willingness to try anything once. So, what do you say? I've got a set of gaming dice on hand, and I'm willing to roll them to put together all of the ingredients that are going to go into a cocktail. I'll make it, and I'll let you know how it is. And if you think it sounds good, you can try it yourself. How's that sound? Good? All right, well then let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start with a D4 to choose some essentials, so let's go ahead and roll that. 3. Juice. All right, juice. I've got a few options for juice, so I should be able to put together something that's gonna fit with the rest of our cocktail ingredients. That's exciting. All right, juice. But what should we use to garnish this cocktail? All right, so let's go ahead and roll a D6 to choose a garnish. All right, 4. Cherries. Okay. Juice and cherries. This should be delightful. This should be a flavorful, sweet treat. I'm excited. So it's gonna have like, maybe this will be the drink of summer. Maybe this will be the drink of summer. It could be the Tower of Barbel, but it could be this. So let's go ahead and finish this thing off with a couple more ingredients. We're gonna need some liquor. But what liquor is gonna go best into this cocktail? Let's go ahead and roll a D10. 5. Gin. All right, gin, juice, cherries. I feel like this is a thing that people are doing. I feel like this has got some great opportunity. It almost feels too easy. So I think, and since this is my show, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I get to make a decision on this, that we should add something to spice it up. I wanna add a liqueur or a creme to this. We're gonna add an extra ingredient, so let's go ahead and roll on this liqueur and creme chart right there. We got a 3, crème de menthe. See, now, it's gonna be weird. It probably would have been perfectly normal before, but now I've got a challenge on my hands. And I like it when I get challenge on my hands. Just to prove that I'm up to the challenge, that there's a chance that I might succeed, I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a little pop quiz right here on this bar terms chart. I'm gonna roll a D12 and I'll explain whatever it is that comes up. We'll just go ahead and free pour. All right. Why not make this even harder? Free pour means that you don't measure, basically. Free pour is generally a bar term for when you feel like you've got a clear understanding of like how big your pours are, how much is going into the cocktail. And so you're gonna free pour because you don't really need to measure it, or because maybe it's a cocktail where balance isn't super important. In this case, I'm gonna challenge myself to free pour this cocktail. That's right, I am not gonna measure any of the stuff that goes into this already dangerously problematic cocktail. I don't know that this is gonna work, and I'm extra sure that not measuring can't make it better. So, we'll find out how it goes, I guess. But we need a name. Let's go ahead and choose from this list of names. All of the names here were submitted by people online, people just like you. And you too can be one of those people just like you if you want to head on over to indecisionist.com/dungeonbarkeep. If you want to head on over to indecisionist.com/dungeonbarkeep, there's a form there where you can submit any suggestions you have for cocktail names. They'll go into a big list and then they get selected at random to show up in the list that you see here on the show. And as you can see, I've got 20 of those, so the easiest way to choose between them is with this D20. I'm gonna go ahead and give that a roll, and 18, journal juice. Every player's greatest weakness, journaling. All right, let's go ahead and get started with a mixing tin, into which I am going to add my gin. And again, we're free pouring today, so, about that much. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and add our crème de menthe. This particular crème de menthe has a very, acetone sort of smell to it, so I'm gonna try and go a little easy on it. Hopefully that was somewhere around half an ounce. Should be enough to inform the flavor of the drink without completely blowing everything out. Next up, we're going to go ahead and put in our juice. Now, I have elected, of the available juices I have, some strawberry nectar. My hope is that the strawberry nectar will play nicely with the gin, and that the crème de menthe, which is sort of our X factor here, doesn't completely blow everything out of the water. So, call that 4 ounces, maybe 3. All right, and then all that's left to do is add a few d6 of cold damage to our shaker. And shake. All right. So now we're just gonna strain that into our glass. And we'll top with some maraschino cherries. But how does it taste? Oh dear. Wow. Oh, that crème de menthe. Oh, God. Okay, so you know how when you put absinthe in something, you want to just sort of like wash the glass or spritz a little over the top or show the unopened bottle to it. I think that might have been the right way to go with this crème de menthe. Even as relatively small a quantity as I put in, God, it just... it takes over everything. Oh, and in the worst possible way. I mean, okay. Sorry. Okay, so the gin is there. The florals and herbaceous notes that are in the gin, you know, they're present. They sort of married with the mint and are hanging out like the garden crew, you know, like we were all green at one time. Let's all completely take over this drink. And then the bite of the gin and the bite of the crème de menthe are just sort of doubling each other as though there's a schoolyard dare going on. And the strawberry is lost. You might as well not have had it in there. I'm gonna make a little edit and see if it helps. I have some simple syrup here. This is Demerara simple syrup. And I'm just gonna add a little sploosh. Call it half an ounce. I'll stir it with my cherries. All right. Maybe that'll help. It couldn't hurt. It did neither. Okay. Yeah, that's just irretrievably gross. Yikes. Gah. I'm struggling for something nice to say about it, and it's not happening. If you've ever thought, gosh, what if I put all of the tea in my cabinet into a glass at the same time and then made it alcoholic? Golly, wouldn't that be fun? I'm here to tell you, it would not. It would not be fun. It would be this. And I did it, so now you don't have to. Whew. I mean, it would get into your journal, that's for sure. Man. But where does the journal juice, this mistake, where does journal juice fit into a campaign? Maybe this is a wizard's experimentation. This is the result of all of the, healing herbs and all the special magical plants that are in the wizard's garden getting sort of jammed up into a sort of special tincture to help you remember everything that happened in your adventure. And then once you've drunk it, you can immediately write down reliably everything that happened over the past however many months of adventuring that you had forgotten. This will be the thing that reminds you that you have a brass key that'll probably fit that brass door, and that fellow back at the very first town said something about how there were kobolds in that cave over there, and the kobolds were always shifty, like they had a secret, and you didn't ever follow up on that. That's gotta be what this is. You go to like a library to get information, and the wizard is like, but you already have all the information you need locked away up there. And he makes you drink this so that you can have perfect recall of everything that happened in your adventure. Which, I mean, I'm not generally of the opinion that DMs should punish their players for not remembering stuff. But if it's been a particularly long campaign and you want to have like a story reason for them to suddenly remember a bunch of stuff you seeded at the beginning, this could be a good way to do it. Would I recommend serving this to your actual players? No. That's a waste of all the things that are in here. But you could definitely describe the acetone nature of the front note, the every single herb at once secondary note, and the barest hint, the wisp, the memory of strawberries as being sort of a final tasting note, and cherries that have done absolutely nothing sitting on top of it, almost as though they know that when you're done with this, you're gonna need them. I think that is exactly what I would recommend using this cocktail for. This is a potion of remembrance to help your players build up their journal so that they can continue onward into the end game with all of the seed information you gave them at the very beginning. I think that's what this is for. I can't think of a single other thing you would use it in, and I'm gonna leave it there. So thank you all for joining me here today. If you have not already signed up for TTRPG Pickup Con, it is coming up this weekend. You have just a couple days to get signed up. It is totally free. It is online. It is open to players of all experience levels, and I cannot enough tell you how much fun it is to meet all the cool people that are in the community and to try out the new games that they're bringing. Every single one of them is either a game that you've probably never heard of, a story that is brand new, written for this event, or both. There's so many opportunities to play great games, and I want you all to check it out if you're at all interested in RPGs. So head on over to ttrpgpickupcon.com to check out all of the listings and see what's available still. And until next time, drink adventurously.